What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my CD recap. It's your boy Veg in the building. Um, Pretty much, I got three more episodes left of the CD recap. Then I'm gonna jump into the vinyl recaps. Probably gonna jump to the vinyl recaps maybe late April, cause I'm trying. Wait, late May, excuse me. Yeah, cause I might try to like get this out the way, then these ones out the way. So yeah. So without further ado, let's get this shit started. First album got today is Rihanna with the NT album. This came out in 2016. Very dope album in my opinion. Her best album definitely has like a more psychedelic, dark kind of sound. Very dope. Love songs like Desperado, James Joint, Sex with Me. Yeah, very dope album and stuff like that. And I'm not even like the biggest Rihanna fan though, but yeah. Then we got Busta Rhymes with When Disaster Strikes. This came out in 1997. Very dope album. Um, in my opinion, when it comes to like his classic run, it's probably my least favorite album, but that does not mean it's my a bad album itself. You know, this was really the album that really broke him out commercially. You got songs like "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See," "The Whole World's Looking at Me." I love that track. Rhymes Galore. Yeah, man, very dope album. Love it. Then we got Extinction Level, the Extinction Level Event album. This came out in 1998. His best album, in my opinion. I also got the vinyl version of this album too. Yeah, this album definitely has songs like "Everybody Rise," "Give Me Some More." "Is They Riding With Us" with Mystical, very dope song, very underrated song. I never hear a lot of Busta Heads talk about that. And this album, in my opinion, the sequel was dope too, a nice comeback for him too. So that's like one of the few rap sequels I definitely fuck with. This album, Genesis, this came out in 2001. Not a good album in my opinion. This is when he really tried to go for that commercial route. I mean, it has some joints I did like. The Shut 'Em Down 2002. Um, Breaking Neck was okay. I gotta re-listen to this album, but I've not really having that many good things to say. You know what? I might actually do a review on this very soon. Then we got Richie Rich, seasoned veteran. This came out in I want to say 1995. I want to say no 96. Excuse me. Dope album. Richie Rich. All my Tupac fans, y'all should know who he is. You know, he was signed to Def Jam. This is around the time when Def Jam was really trying to have like that West Coast roster. They had Warren G, J.O. Felony, so on and so on. Singles album is known for. I mean, I don't know a single top of my head, but I know songs like "Let's Ride," "Fresh Out," "Niggas and Change." Yeah, all my West Coast fans, y'all should definitely love this album. Then we got Keith Richards with "Talk Is Cheap." This came out in 1989, I want to say. Very dope album in my opinion. Very bluesy solo album. Definitely love songs like "How I Wish," "Whip It Up," "Locked Away." Yeah, for all my Rolling Stones fans, this is a must-have in your collection. Then we got Road Dogs with "Don't Be Surprised." Um, this was like a blind buy because this came with a CD lot, so I don't know too much about them. So I might actually I might actually check this album out. To be real with you. Then I got Smokey Robinson with the Quiet Storm and Smokey Family Robinson. This came out Quiet Storm came out in '75. Family Robinson came out in '76. Both classic albums in my opinion. Quiet Storm might be my favorite Smokey album. You know, it has songs like "Baby That's Back at Ya," "The Agony and the Ecstasy," "Love Letters." Smokey's Family Robinson was pretty underrated. Yeah, "Do Like I Do," "Open," "Like Nobody Can." That was when he was really trying to get into like the funk era with the Family Robinson album. But I just wish the album was mixed better, in my opinion. So then we got the Rolling Stones with "Let It Bleed" with 1969. Very, very, very dope album, in my opinion. Very dark. This came out a couple days before the Altamont tragedy, so it definitely had like that dark atmosphere. You like songs like "Live with Me," "Love in Vain," "Monkey Man." You can't always get what you want. Like this is when the Stones was like really dark and stuff like that. Fuck with this album. And then we got "Exile on Main Street," 1972. I know a lot of people say that this is like the Rolling Stones' best album, and I'm not gonna argue, but I'm more of a Sticky Fingers fan to be real. But this album definitely was a very dope album itself. Songs like Happy, Tumbling Dice. I just want to see his face. I love that song. Let It Loose. Like this was a very dirty Rolling Stones album. Like very dirty. Love the production on this album. Then we're gonna get into 1994 with Voodoo Lounge. This was actually a pretty good album. Definitely Rolling Stones adapted to the whole '90s rock scene. Um, what was that song? Love is Strong. That was a big song back in like '94, '95. New Faces, Sparks Will Fly. Yeah, this was definitely a very cool album. Kind of slept on, if you ask me. I don't hear a lot of Rolling Stones fans when we talk about that album like that. Then we're gonna get into Philadelphia Half Life. This was The Roots. This came out in 1996. Very dope album. Maybe my favorite album from them. I just love that back cover. Oh, that's so grimy, man. Songs like Episodes, Concerto of the Desperado, What They Do, Push Your Lighters Up. Like, a lot of the songs are probably some of my favorite Roots songs in general. Like, the best way to describe this album is the Roots meets Mobb Deep, like because the drums that Questlove was doing, the drum programming definitely had like a Havoc feel to it, and you can tell like around the time when Mobb Deep did like the Infamous and Hell on Earth, a lot of cats was trying to make their drums like Havoc and stuff like that too. So I have the Do You Want More album. There it is. Okay. I know I'm not tripping. Okay. So yeah, this is the Do You Want More. This came out in 1995. Very dope album. Very jazzy. This was, around the time when, jazz and hip hop was very working well together. You had Guru with the Jasmine Taz album and stuff like that. And of course, what the Native Tongues were doing. This was known for songs like Silent Treatment, Proceed. The Proceed remix with Roy Ayers, definitely check that out. Mellow My Man. When I was really getting into the roots during high school, I used to listen to this album a lot on my way to school and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. When I was definitely high school, I was getting into like a lot of jazz, alternate hip hop, like Far Side and stuff like that too. So, it just shows you how music. It just shows you that music is timeless and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the roots with Do You Want More? Alright, give me 1 second, cause I'm trying to put this all together. Alright, yeah, cause I was like, when I got the Philadelphia Half Life album, I was like, yeah, I know the Do You Want More album is here. But anyway, then we're gonna get to 2006 with Game Theory. This was a pretty solid album, very dark album and stuff like that. This was known for songs like Living in a New World, Here I Come, Take It There. Yeah, pretty cool album, is my opinion. Nice comeback after the tipping point. Then we're going to get to Diana Ross with Silk Electric. This came out in 1982. I've not really heard this album in full. And I know like a lot of people, a lot of y'all like this album, so I'm definitely going to peep this album out too. So yeah, albums that I haven't really listened to, I'm definitely going to give an opportunity to actually listen to. Now we're going to get to Rick Ross with Teflon Dawn. Very, very, very good album and stuff like that. This came out, I want to say this came out in 2010, yeah. Known for songs like Maybach Music 3, Super High, MC Hammer, Blowing Money Fast, which is maybe my favorite Rick Ross song. Yeah. My Rick Ross is actually growing on me these past couple years, so definitely to get some more of his albums. Then I gotta have the original album classics. This is the Run DMC edition and stuff like that. Run DMC, one of the most influential hip hop groups in hip hop history. First album, self-titled, classic, hip hop classic. Larry Smith definitely did his thing on the production here. Known for songs like Rockbox, Jam Master Jay, Sucker MCs. Yeah, very, very, very good album. Very street, in my opinion. 1985, King of Rock. Never liked this album. I'm going to be keeping it a buck with you. I mean, it has some joints like You Talk Too Much, King of Rock. But then it also has some joints like roots rap, reggae, Can You Rock This? Like I just felt like they were really trying to like experiment with this album, but it didn't really go all the way too well. 1986, Raising Hell, iconic album in hip hop history and stuff. Walk This Way, My Adidas, Peter Piper. I love the song Proud to Be Black. That's my shit right there. That's a song no one really talks about when it comes to Run DMC. So, yeah, this is probably my favorite album from them. I'm going to keep it real with you. This album, oh my god, Tougher Than Leather. Very dope album, very underrated. Lyrically, this is their best album lyrically. And I've heard Run say that they were influenced a lot by Rakim and Kane when it came to this album because the way they were rhyming on this album was very different. Like songs like Run Tells, Mary Mary, Beats to the Rhyme, which Beats to the Rhyme is my favorite Run DMC song of all time. Yeah, this is a dope album. I know a lot of hip hop heads sleep on this album and stuff too, which I don't understand. And then the final album on my original album classics is Back from Hell. Now, when I first heard this album, I was not a fan of this because this is when they were going through some hard times and stuff, and they were trying to experiment with some New Jack Swing. But over the years, while it's not touching like the earlier works, I definitely feel like this album is a solid album. It's better than the next two albums, Down with the King and Crown Royal. So I can appreciate this album for what it is. Songs like Pause. God, I hate the track listing on this shit. God damn. Av, stuff like that. So yeah, very, very cool album. Probably in the future I may do a re-review on this album, maybe, but yeah, man, I can appreciate that album for what it is. And then we're gonna get into I also got like a compilation and stuff like that. And this is cool too. You know what I'm saying? This is cool because you got some live joints. You also got the Christmas and Hollis joint too, which I love that song, Christmas and Hollis. Definitely a dope Christmas joint. So, for collector's items, I don't mind it. Then we got Run the Jewels. I want to say this is like Run the Jewels 2, I want to say. Yeah, this is a very cool album. For songs like Oh My Darling Don't Cry, Lie, Cheat, Steal. Run the Jewels is Killer Mike and LP. So yeah, definitely some dope raw hip hop right there. And you got RZA with Bobby Digital. Um, this is released in 1998. I'm gonna keep it, but I've always had a love hate, and to this day, a love hate relationship with this album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I have more respect for it than I like it. That's just the best way I can put it. This was known for songs like BOBBY, NYC Everything, Love Jones, Domestic Violence. Yeah, man, definitely a very interesting album. And we got Raphael Sadiq with The Way I See It. This was released in 2008. Very dope album. Raphael Sadiq, part of Tony fame. Um, yeah, very, very cool album stuff, known for songs like God damn, I gotta put this close to the light. I'm sorry. 100 Yard Dash, Love That Girl, Just One Kiss with Joss Stone, pretty dope album. Now we're gonna get to Miss Sade with Diamond Life. Very dope album, 1984. The beginning of one of the most illustrious careers in R&B history. Known for songs like Your Love Is King, Frankie's First Affair, Smooth Operator. Like a lot of the neo soul roots come from this album. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. Stronger Than Pride, 1988. Now this album, I'm gonna be real. This is another album that's growing on me too because it's kind of hard for me to pick my favorite Sade album because initially I said that Promise was my favorite album, which it still is, but then this album has like a very distinctive groove to it, which I love. Like I love songs like Haunt Me, Nothing Can Come Between Us, Keep Looking. I mean, this is like that kind of album where you go to an island or a beach and you just like relax yourself, just make love to like your girl or your guy or whatever and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So Never has an album like touched me like that since like Marvin Gaye's "I Want You." So very very dope album. Scarface, Untouchable, 1997. Believe it or not, I was actually planning a review on this album, so I'm just gonna say my thoughts on that. I'm kind of surprised. Um, Wait a minute, hold up. Where's my? Yeah, that's right. See, a lot of my albums are not in order and stuff like that because certain times CDs fall out of place. See, sometimes CDs fall behind the desk. I gotta pick them up sometimes. So then we got Scarface, A Diary in 1994. In my opinion, his best album, classic, hip hop classic in my opinion. Known for songs like I Seen a Man Die, Jesse James, Mom Playing Tricks on Me 94. Very, very good album. Then we got The Last of the Dying Breed. This was released in 2000. Yeah, it came with the Snoop Dogg, The Last Meal case. So, but I'm very grateful I got this album. Um, Definitely, it's been years since I've actually heard Last of Dying Breed, but I've always had good memories listening to this album, so I definitely cannot wait to talk about this album too, cause yeah, man, I'm a huge Scarface fan, so I don't give a fuck. 2002, The Fix. Now this is an album I've seen a lot of people say this is the best album, which again I'm not gonna get mad because Scarface's discography is just that good. This is another album I have to re-listen to because it's been years listening to. But this was known for songs like "On My Block," um, "In Cold Blood." You know what I'm saying? Like this is a very very dope album. Definitely a perfect album at that time too because that was Southern hip hop around that time. You had Cash Money, then of course Lil Jon was doing his thing on that crunk music and shit too. So yeah, that was just definitely like a refresher in my opinion. Then you got Schoolboy Q with Oxymoron. This came out in 2014. Yeah. Again, another album I definitely have like a lot of nostalgic memories with. This was like his major label debut. Man, the early 20 teens when the whole black hippie phase, with Kendrick Lamar, Absol doing their thing and shit. I mean, goddamn, that was like when I was like in high school and stuff like that. That's like a lot of memories right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I was into the whole Top Dog Entertainment and Our Future for the most part and stuff like that. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Of course, J. Cole. So yeah, and they're still doing their thing too. I'm not gonna lie. So but yeah, this album was very good. This was known for songs like Break the Bank, Collard Greens, Studio. Man, Studio to this day, that song still slaps to this day. I mean, the video, I mean, classic, song, you know what I'm saying? I would even call this album certifiable and stuff like that. Very dope album. Eric Sermon, Double or Nothing. This came out in 1995. My favorite Eric Sermon album and stuff like that. Love this album. Love the nocturnal feel to it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, very, very cool album. You know what? I'm gonna bust some music, cause I'm gonna bust some music. Sorry about that. But yeah, next album is the music album from 2001. Yeah, this is a very solid album, you know what I'm saying? Music was definitely a big hit for him back in '01 and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That Marvin Gaye sample was ill. Known for songs like also Do Re Mi with LL and Scarface. It's Nothing. Yeah, this was actually a pretty good album, I'm not gonna lie. Then we're gonna have the React album from 2002. Now this album again, I didn't have really no issues with it. I just felt like it tried to do what music did, but at the same time, it's still pretty solid. Definitely gotta be listened to. It's been years since I've actually peeped this album. Then we're gonna get to the infamous, controversial Sex Pistols with Nevermind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. This came out in 1977. This was the only album that they came out with. Well, the only studio album because I know they came out with some compilations over the years. This was known for songs like Problems, Anarchy in the UK, No Feelings, God Save the Queen. This is a punk masterpiece right here. Like this is like one of my favorite rock albums of all time. I mean, Sex Pistols, man, classic shit. Then we're gonna get Sheila E. with Sex Symbol. This came out in 1991. This is yet another album I gotta re-listen to, but this was a very interesting album. Stuff like that. Yeah, man, definitely gotta re-listen to this album. Then we're gonna get to Showbiz with Goodfella, Showbiz and AG, excuse me. This is a very dope album that came out in '95. Known for songs like Add On, Got the Flavor, Next Level, Next Time Mix. Yeah, this was a very good album, classic album in my opinion. I kind of prefer that album over what's the album? Runaway Slave. Then we're gonna get into Slick Rick, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick. This came out in 1988. This is a hip hop classic in my opinion. Very dope album. Known for songs like Let's Get Crazy, Indian Girl, An Adult Story, Children's Story. Like this is storytelling at its finest. Yeah, I love this album. Alright, then we got Will Smith with what's the album? Big Willie Style. This is 1998. This is a solo debut album. Very, very, very good album and stuff like that. So far, it's probably my favorite album he's done with solo wise. Known for songs like Candy, Getting Jiggy with It, Just the Two of Us. You know, more mature album and stuff. I know a lot of people just want to say, "Oh, it's party album," but he was talking some real shit on the album too. And we got Smooth, self-titled. This came out in 1995. Very good album. You know, very raunchy. You know, she does R&B and hip hop. Known for songs like PYT, Player, Young Thugs, featuring Tupac. Love Groove, Groove with You. It's Summertime, Let's Get It. So yeah, I need to talk about this album one day and stuff like that. You know, so definitely an interesting album again. Love that album cover, man. Whew. Smooth the Hustler. Once Upon a Time in America. This came out in 1995. Very, very, very dope album. Known for songs like Broken Language with Trigger the Gambler, Classic, Family Conflicts, Hustler's Theme. Yeah, I got this for like very cheap and effort. I think I got it to like $5. And this usually goes for like a lot of money too. So go figure. Classic in my opinion. Oh my god. This album, man. Soul to Soul. Club Classics Volume 1. But in I think the US version they called it Keep On Moving. Very good album, classic album in my opinion. Known for songs like Dance, Keep On Moving, Fair Play. Just a nice blend of Brit pop with R&B and jazz. Like very dope album. An album I feel like should get more hype these days. Special Ed, Youngest in Charge, 1989. Very dope album lyrically. Ed was way ahead of its time. Known for songs like I Got It Made, I'm the Magnificent, Monster Jam, Action. Yeah, very good album. Legal, 1990. Another dope album. I'm kind of torn between which one is my favorite between Legal and Youngest in Charge, but Come On, Let's Move It. I mean, that song alone, I love that track. I mean, he was going in, flowing. He was just floating on that beat. The Mission, got Hot Not So Not. I mean, definitely got to talk about this album one day. Those two albums I need to talk about. Actually, his three albums I need to talk about. Yeah, I need to get my hands on Revelations too, but I know the album goes for stupid money sometimes. This is